and welcome to the One Guyana Racing Thoroughbred Awards. At this time, we ask you to please rise as we honor the Republic of Guyana with our national anthem. Thank you. I ask you to please be seated. Once again, a very good evening to you, ladies and gentlemen. I do apologize for the late start here, and welcome to the One Guyana Racing Thoroughbred Awards. I'm your Master of Ceremonies this evening, Mr. John Rupert, and we'd like to welcome all our viewers watching us on Pixel Perfect Productions. We are streaming live on their YouTube channel as well as on their Facebook page. This evening, we will be honoring the champions of 2024 for all those outstanding performances last season. I'd like to just give you a little rundown of the program, of how the program is going to be run this evening. In a few moments, we will be joined by Dr. Waldron, who is on the head table. We want to welcome Dr. Waldron here this evening, as well as Mr. Randy Mangu, the Regional Sports Officer for Region 6 and the President of the Tourism Association. We will be hearing from them back to back. Dr. Waldron will be starting off with the welcome remarks, and then we'll hear from Mr. Mangu on his side of affairs. After that procedure, we will get into the discussion on the upcoming registration for horseman, owner, trainer, jockey, groom. And following that discussion, we will have our presentation of awardees for 2024, all culminating with the Horse of the Year presentation. Following that, we will have our vote of thanks, and after the vote of thanks, we'll have some light refreshments to finish off the Friday evening program. So once again, I want to welcome you again and enjoy the evening. And for those of you watching, thank you for spending your Friday evening with us here as we honor the champions of 2024. So at this time now, I'd like to welcome the CEO of the Guyana Livestock Development Authority, the GLDA, the organization under the Ministry of Agriculture. Ladies and gentlemen, put your hands together for Dr. Dwight Waldron.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. Good evening, everyone. And I think this is being broadcast also. So those in the virtual space, let me say good night and welcome to this. I think it's the second event for us. Last year we were further up the quarantine, and this year we're now in New Amsterdam. So I guess we're moving west. All right, so maybe next year we might be heading over the pond. You don't have to take me serious with that, but that is up to the organizers to decide. This evening, Mr. Chair, how many minutes do I have? Or I have the liberty to express myself on behalf of my organization. I won't be doing it from a personal standpoint this year because, as I would have mentioned a few months ago, I'm no longer directly associated with running or participating directly in horse racing, but my heart is still here. So again, let me acknowledge the presence of Junior, who is the head of the Jumbo Jet Thoroughbred Racing Association. We have Javed, who I have a bone to pick with a little later, and I'll be doing it at this forum, standing right here, so he wouldn't have a chance to shy away. We have Mr. Namprasad Moin. Welcome, everyone. Again, ladies and gentlemen, I'm more than elated to be here and to have the opportunity to share some welcoming remarks on this, our second event for the One Guyana Thoroughbred Association gathering. From a personal standpoint, I want to commend the organizers because, and those of you who involved in management would agree with me that consistency is something that is very difficult to maintain. And for us to be back here for the second year and have this gathering, have key persons, and what is important, I don't know if it resonated with any one of you, but when you look at the amount of small horse owners who are here, this speaks well for future development of horse racing. So let us welcome them by giving them a round of applause. From a professional standpoint, being the CEO of the Guyana Livestock Development Authority, I just want to share some good tidings with you guys and for you to understand our, not just the policy, but the direction in which we'll be going for 2025 and beyond. We have an active surveillance and disease prevention department, and I must say proudly to the world, our laboratory is now the best you can find within CARICOM in terms of being able to do certain diagnostic procedures. Our molecular department is second to none within CARICOM. So I will use my influence to ensure that our industry is taken to the point where we can safely say that the health of our equine brothers and sisters are okay in Guyana. Why that is important? Because we hope, and we'll hear, I'm sure from my colleague from the head table is going to speak or remind us about the legislation, but I'm sure persons will have interest in moving around the region with their horses. From the 22nd to the 28th of March, we also have the chief veterinary meeting of CARICOM, and that will be in Trinidad. And I would have already submitted my proposal with respect to the free movement of horses within the Americas. So we are on the right track in terms of our disease surveillance and movement. I will ask you to bear with some of my staff because a part of our work program for this year is that we will be doing, we need the GPS coordinates for all official stables and breeding facilities. Why? if you look at how some viral diseases move, and most of the diseases affecting horses are virus in nature, it is important for us to have those information so we can place it on a map so we can be more proactive in our response. We don't want to be playing catch up in the event that there is a chance of something coming to our shores. Only last week we had a positive result from a horse that was coming to Guyana but via our port in Lethem. And because we have the early warning system in place, we were able to detect that early. So that animal is now undergoing quarantine in Brazil. After the treatment, we will retest and make sure we'll do the validation at our facility in Monrepo and at the University of Georgia in US to make sure that that animal is okay before it is allowed to cross the border and enter into Guyana. Why I'm stressing a lot on that, because those of you who are involved in horse racing would understand it's bigger than us. Whenever we own 1, 2, 3, or 20 horses, after time it's no longer ours. It becomes the community pet. So it is important that we take our responsibility serious, and only today we were able to successfully pass our budget, and in that budget we have a number of items geared specifically towards horse racing, which will help the overall standing of horse racing. The Ministry of Culture, Youth and Sport, they have their line item, but we're interested in welfare and health aspect, and that is covered. And when I say cover, you understand what I mean. Well covered. All we need is your support to ensure that we move to the other level. Ladies and gentlemen, I don't want to go on, but as I would have promised earlier, I have a bone to pick with a brother of mine, which I don't know how he's going to respond, but I need him to respond. Approximately 2 or 3 years, Javid, you would have entered into this sport. And you would have said to me at Tushain Road when we had an outreach that you're interested in getting into horse racing and you want to do the same thing that you would have done in football. Make it a competitive sport, and you want to ensure that whenever there's a conversation, slingers must be in the conversation. This morning while I was in Parliament, I took a glance. You know, when you're a public servant, you have to glance all the print media to see if you're starring in any way or the other, positive or negative. So I was doing that, and then I came across something which, and I wouldn't call the name, but something FC assembles powerhouse squad for GFF Elite League dominance. Ladies and gentlemen, the key word here, dominance. Javed, you need to clarify that for us before the night is out, because you're hearing about dominance here in football and how you would have behaved in 2024 and 2023 when you started, even though the one you got from bought from Junior, she never got past Amazing Grace. That's important, and I have to remind you about that also. Please, I want you to explain that to us before the night is out. And ladies and gentlemen, I want all of us to emulate this young man. Try to be the best. Be competitive. That is what a sport is like. If we win or we lose, yes, come, let's take a drink, but look out for me next week. I'll be back at you. Once again, let me thank the organizers for such a wonderful event, and you can count on the GLDA, you can count on me for whatever support. You know, horse racing is my thing, and I'll be giving you my full support. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much to Dr. Waldron, the CEO of the GLDA. So we continue with our program now, and at this time we would like to welcome the Regional Sports Officer of Region 6 and the President of the Tourism Association for Region 6. Ladies and gentlemen, let's welcome Mr. Randy Mangru.
Thank you, RC. Special invitees, organizers, prominent managers of various clubs in the horse racing sector, jockeys, owners, special good evening and welcome to you. I must say, horse racing has come truly a long way. And I got here a little early and I got to discuss some ideas with Mr. Mohin Prasad. And actually I was just in a conversation with Minister Ashni Singh, who has political responsibility for Region Number 6 and also oversees the sport and sector development and infrastructure upgrades in Region 6. And I would have elaborated to him that I am here this evening rather, at this award ceremony. But before I get into that, I want to speak a little bit about the direct investment that is being made right now, and my colleague Dr. Waldron spoke a little about it. But there is direct investments being made, and I want to speak because you are the key players here in the horse racing sector in Region 6 and in the country. Because when you do look at it, horse racing takes place mostly in Berbice, Region 5 and Region 6. Region 6 mostly, because there are various horse racing facilities here in Region 6. And the reason why I'm here with two main caps tonight when it comes to this sporting activity. The government is making direct investment in sports directly, as we have seen over the past years. You have the multipurpose center being made. The Berbice Stadium is currently under construction. And over the past 2 years, in fact, over the past 4 years, since this new administration has taken government, we have been upgrading various local sporting facilities across the country. And that is putting direct investment into the youngsters' hands. And aside from the direct general investment in the sporting sector, we have now the Horse Racing Authority Act, which was tabled about 3 weeks or 4 weeks ago in Parliament. And I know that AGM Enterprise and Turbo and all of the other key players played a major role in that, in crafting that legislation. And as I was telling Mr. Mohin earlier, we are lucky that we have a system that could guide us, such as London, Trinidad, the United States, Canada, and other countries regionally, in terms of the framework of the Horse Racing Act that was tabled in Parliament and is scheduled to be passed in Parliament. I know it is long overdue. It is something that many of the horse racing personnel, I know Turbo was one of those persons about 4 years or 3 years ago would have spoken about that. But it is something that was needed in terms of regulating horse racing in this country. And the owners who are investing your money, the jockeys, the trainers, this here gives you a recognition that you are being looked at and you are cared for by this government. That is why the Horse Racing Act is being tabled, so as to regulate the horse racing generally in the country. And I was jotting down some of the things that we need to work on when this act is being passed. And that is implementation. And I notice at some of the horse racing activities, some persons tend to be indisciplined. Now this act is going to govern horse racing generally. And it's going to give you the opportunity, you the young people, the owners, that are investing your money the opportunity to excel at this sporting activity. It is also known popularly that horse racing is also a business. I think we should give him a round of applause for airing horse racing activities on social media so that persons abroad could see what Guyana has to offer. And he has been doing an excellent job at it. And that brings back me to the point whereby I'm urging the managers of horse racing in Berbice to pay more attention to investing in the betting system, because you have more revenue to get from there. And aside from that, the system that we also need to work on, and that is being developed by the government, is having horse racing activities that are planned, it should be planned in advance. Because if you keep consistently having the CARICOM Day horse racing, the Easter Monday horse racing, the Boxing Day horse racing, the President Cup, if we are able to develop our calendar in advance and we are able to publish it in advance, we will be boosting spectators and we'll be able to gain more foreigners coming to as spectators for these horse racing activities. So those are some of the things that we as a government are aiding with this act, this horse racing act that will establish a horse racing authority that will govern horse racing in Guyana. And we all have our part to play in it. And so the government is playing their part. I know that many persons in the private sector is playing their part. And I want to congratulate you, the awardees. I think you should give yourself a round of applause on being awarded. I think this is the second year, right, Turbo? The second year this award ceremony is being held. So we have a long way to go, and there is so much more that horse racing that can be done. And this here, you should see this to the horse owners, the jockeys, the trainers. You should see this as a stepping stone, this act that the government is giving. And this will create direct investment into the facilities that host these horse racing activities. And I know for a fact many of these facilities needs upgrading to international standards. And this act caters for all of that. And that is what this government has been doing over the past 4 years. And this paves the way for this to be done, for the investment into the horse racing sector and its infrastructure. So I want you, the young people, to understand and know that you have the full support of the Irfan Ali administration when it comes to horse racing activities. That is why we have been investing in the infrastructure of sports. That is why there is a new stadium being built. That is why there is a synthetic track. There are 3 synthetic tracks being built currently, right here in Amsterdam, Lenora, and in Linden. Linden is already completed. Lenora is on the brink of being completed, and New Amsterdam now is on its way to being completed also. So there are so many opportunities that are coming in the sporting sector, and horse racing is one of those sectors that is going to be paid a lot more attention to after this act is being passed in Parliament. And so we should look forward to many, many more direct investment in this sector. And this should be seen as a stepping stone for you, the horse owners, the jockeys, the managers, and the trainers. So on behalf of the Ministry of Culture, Youth and Sports, I should also be speaking a little bit about the tourism. So as the head of the Tourism Association in Region Number 6, we are the direct leaders of tourism activities in Region Number 6. And what we have outlined this year on our calendar of activities to be placed on the national calendar of activities for tourism, and also, aside from that, it will be published internationally on the aircrafts brochure and all of that in the other airports. This calendar will be published so as to attract persons from the diaspora and persons that are interested in horse racing internationally. And I have spoken to Torbo earlier about that calendar of activities, of horse racing activities that we need to have in order to publish it so that we can boost and bolster tourism and also horse racing in Guyana. So on behalf of the Ministry of Culture, Youth and Sports, the Honorable Minister Charles Ramson, and the Minister of Finance and Public Service, who is currently at Parliament, and he asked me to give his personal regards and congratulations to each and every one of you. So on behalf of all of us, I congratulate you and I urge you to continue doing the great work that all of you have been doing in the past year. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Mangru, for that comprehensive analysis, all what the government has and the full support of horse racing here in the Republic of Guyana. So, next on our agenda is the discussion on the registration for horsemen. And to take what Mr. Mangru said about planning in advance, we have decided to start off the registration process on a temporary basis so that when the legislation is fully implemented, the actual licenses would be able to be issued to the respective stakeholders. Now, I have with me the registration books, and we are planning to start this project from as early as next week. And what is going to be the procedure for this? We're going to have stakeholders on the ground helping out and supporting this for people who want to understand exactly what this is about. We're going to have for owner, trainer, jockey, and groom. This book here, we'll have more details next week concerning the registration of it, where actually it will take place, because of course we'll have to supply both the West Coast and the East Coast. Basically, the form here, you will have to be filling out your personal information, and of course there's a cost attached to it to each stakeholder. Of course, you get more details on that. This actual form here, so I'll show those of you watching on the live stream. It's a 2-page, so you can see that when you fill out this form, this is going to be your proof. This document must be kept until the actual implementation of the legislation. The pink part that we will have here will be the proof that you did register. So this is going to be your actual registration form that you're going to keep on you. You're going to keep it like how you keep a driver's license, your ID card, because this is going to be a legal document. It will be stamped by the Guyana Horse Racing Authority stamp here, so it's going to be a legal document. So I'm urging owner, trainer, jockey, groom, and the officials as well who would be receiving this to ensure that you keep that as a priority. It is going to cover the entire year, but this actual document will hold until Guyana Cup 2025. Again, we're going to have more details pertaining to this moving forward, and as I said, we want to have this started as early as next week. So at this time now, we're going to start the presentation of the awards. And what's going to happen is that I will be calling random horsemen to give out these awards. The first one on our program here will be champion 2-year-old Guyana bred. And in this category, we have 3 nominees. Champion 2-year-old Guyana bred of 2024, the first nominee, Irish Eyes. And Irish Eyes had a couple of wins last season at 2 different racetracks. Irish Eyes, one of the nominees for the 2-year-old Guyana bred. The second nominee is Jet Mode, and Jet Mode won her debut last season. And the third nominee is Secret Traveler. Secret Traveler also won his first start. So for the presentation of the 2-year-old champion Guyana bred, here's the envelope. Let me call on Mr. Habibullah, the son of the great legend Fazal Habibullah, to do the presentation for the 2-year-old champion Guyana bred. Mr. Habibullah, you have the envelope in hand. You can open that envelope and see who wins the 2-year-old Guyana bred champion. Again, the nominees Irish Eyes, Jet Mode, and Secret Traveler. Let's find out the winner. Show it to the camera here. And the winner is Irish Eyes. Ladies and gentlemen, champion 2-year-old Guyana bred, Irish Eyes. The representative of Irish Eyes. And here we are, owner trainer, Mr. Sherwin Wills, who will receive the plaque for champion 2-year-old Guyana bred from Mr. Habibullah. Ladies and gentlemen, here's Mr. Sherwin Wills, the owner trainer of Irish Eyes. Smile for the camera. Presentation done by Mr. Habibullah. Congratulations. Mr. Wills, don't go away. Get somewhere. Thank you, Mr. Habibullah, for the presentation. Mr. Owner trainer, congratulations.
Good night to everyone. I Sherwin Wills.
Tell me about Irish Eyes for 2024. The sort of training going into this horse, and how do you feel about this achievement done by this filly?
Yeah, it's a big surprise for me. 'Cause she's a good filly, and we'll expect more than this from she.
What's going to happen this year now, moving forward? She has just turned 3 years old.
Well, I got put in the same work I was put in all the time. I can't shot nothing, do nothing strange. I got to go with everything what I was going all the time.
Is this a tough horse to train for you?
Nah, she's an easy filly with train. I understand. I school she do everything to she. So I know she inside, outside. What she could take and what she can't take.
So we're expecting bigger things to come from Irish Eyes.
I will expect better more than this one she.
Congratulations and enjoy the victory.
All right.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, that's owner trainer of Irish Eyes, your champion 2-year-old Guyana bred. Up next, we will have the champion 2-year-old Guyana and West Indian bred. The nominees in this category, Irish Eyes, Jet Mode, and Storm Bird. All right, so we're going to call a representative here. Mr. Passad, I'd like to come and make this presentation for the champion 2-year-old Guyana and West Indian bred. Once again, the nominees in this category, Irish Eyes, Jet Mode, and Storm Bird. Envelope in hand to Mr. Passad. Let's find out who is the winner of this category.
Bird.
And there we go, the winner, Storm Bird, champion 2-year-old Guyana and West Indian bred. We'd like to call on Mr. Habibullah to receive the presentation done here by Mr. Nan Passad. Ladies and gentlemen, Mr. Habibullah, I believe he's the owner of Storm Bird. His dad trains the horse. Champion 2-year-old Guyana and West Indian bred. Congratulations, Storm Bird. An applause for Storm Bird. Thank you, Mr. Passad. Mr. Habibullah, congratulations.
Thank you.
Tell me about this filly, Storm Bird, last season. What's your take on this performance here?
Well, she's from Trinidad, Last year's season really didn't get, much success, but hopefully this year we have better results.
Is she a tough horse to train? I know you said you acquired her from Trinidad. How is she at the barn on mornings?
She's at morning time. She's ready to work, put out the works and everything. So she's good. She's always good.
We're expecting better things to come from Stonebird in 2025?
Definitely, yeah, definitely.
All right, congratulations and enjoy the victory. Ladies and gentlemen, Mr. Habibullah, the owner of Stormbird, your champion 2-year-old Guyana and West Indian bred. Next on the agenda, we have the champion 3-year-old Guyana bred, and the nominees in this category: Ben Laden, Country Rock, Money Time. Any volunteers to give out this award here? I'm still learning the owners trainers here. Let's Jaffer Ali. Jaffer Ali. All right, Mr. Jaffer Ali, who will do the opening of the envelope for champion 3-year-old Guyana bred. Again, the nominees: Ben Laden, Country Rock, Money Time. The winner is
Country Rock.
Country Rock. We have a representative of Country Rock here to receive their prize. All right, ladies and gentlemen, Country Rock, your champion 3-year-old Guyana bred. Congratulations. Introduce yourself to people watching.
My name is Antonio Hussein. I'm the owner of Country Rock.
All right, Mr. Hussein, congratulations. Tell me about your take on Country Rock in 2024, your assessment of his performance.
Basically, I'm proud of what he did in 2024. He came out as the champion 3-year-old, and he proved his dominance.
Is he a difficult horse in the barn?
No. Well, you got to ask the team about that.
All right, and what do we look forward to with Country Rock this season?
Collecting a local horse award next year.
All right, you sound pretty confident. Enjoy the victory. Ladies and gentlemen, Mr. Hussein, owner of Country Rock, your 3-year-old Guyana bred champion. Up next, we have the champion 3-year-old Guyana and West Indian bred. And in this category, the nominees are Country Rock, Forza Baby, and Sex Appeal. Tashaka, I was handed this. Tashaka to come and do the opening of the envelope. This envelope contains the winner of the 3-year-old Guyana and West Indian bred. Again, the nominees: Country Rock, Forza Baby, and Sex Appeal. The winner is
Forza Baby.
Forza Baby. Ladies and gentlemen, Forza Baby, congratulations. And we'd like to welcome the trainer of Forza Baby, Mr. Nasruddin Mohammed Jr., and the owner, Jumbo Jet Racing Stables. Forza Baby crowns champion 3-year-old Guyana and West Indian bred. Trainer, congratulations.
Thank you very much.
So the Guyana Derby, tell me about that performance on Guyana Cup Day with Forza Baby.
We had a good run with Forza Baby on Guyana Cup. She came well, she was healthy. And then after Guyana Cup, we had some setback. Hoping for a better year this year with her.
Yeah, going into this year now, what are the plans for Forza Baby this year?
Well, she'll be racing in February. She was preparing for this weekend, but due to some injury issues, the race was broken.
All right, well, congratulations and enjoy the victory. Ladies and gentlemen, Guyana Derby winner, Forza Baby, for owner, Jumbo Jet Racing Stables and trainer Nasruddin Mohammed Jr. Next on the program, we have 4-year-old and over Guyana bred. 4-year-old and over Guyana bred. The nominees for this category: Amazing Grace, Haley, and Top Gun. Let's call on Mr. Shripal to do the presentation here to find out the winner. Mr. Shripal. Ladies and gentlemen, let's welcome Mr. Shripal. Jay's Racing Stable. He has the envelope in hand. Again, the nominees for champion 4-year-old and over Guyana bred: Amazing Grace, Haley, and Top Gun. Let's find out. Envelope ripping. Opening. The winner.
Amazing Grace.
Amazing Grace. Congratulations. Champion 4-year-old and over Guyana bred goes to Amazing Grace. And Mr. Tishaka here is going to receive the prize from Mr. Shripal. Champion 4-year-old and over Guyana bred, Amazing Grace. Thank you, Mr. Shripal. Mr. Tishaka, congratulations.
Thank you very much.
Your assessment on Amazing Grace's performance in 2024?
Well, I believe she did great. I wouldn't say that I'm surprised at what we expected of her, so I'm very proud.
I understand that the doc said that she would be doing stud duties this season. Is that the plan?
Yes, yes. She's happily retired and rode off the People's Champion. So, again, we're very proud.
You'd like to reveal which stallion she is going to be served by?
No, no. Not at the moment.
All right, so that's a secret.
Yes.
All right, well, we'll find out eventually. Congratulations and enjoy the victory.
Okay, thank you.
Tashaka, for Amazing Grace, your champion, 4-year-old Guyana bred. Next on the agenda is the 4-year-old and over Guyana and West Indian bred champion, and the nominees in this category: Firecracker, Red Ruby, and Soca Harmony. We call on Mr. Junior Mohammed. Mr. Junior Mohammed. Junior will open the envelope that contains the winner again. Ladies and gentlemen, the nominees: Firecracker, Red Ruby, and Soca Harmony. This is for champion 4-year-old and over Guyana and West Indian bred. And the winner is
Red Ruby.
Red Ruby. Ladies and gentlemen, Red Ruby. Congratulations. Congratulations to Red Ruby, your champion, 4-year-old and over Guyana and West Indian bred. Thank you, Mr. Mohammed. Introduce yourself. Good afternoon.
Hi, good night. I'm Akeem Green.
All right, Mr. Green. Red Ruby's performance. Tell me what your thoughts on her performance in 2024.
This award is well deserving. Since Red Ruby came in, she showed that we put in the works and she execute very well. So going forward, we expect better from her.
What are the preparations for Red Ruby here in 2025?
Well, we supposed to race for everybody race the Sunday, but the race break. So next meeting, you will see her out in her true colors.
All right. Well, congratulations and enjoy the victory.
Thank you.
All right. All smiles there. The representative from the Jagdeal Racing Stable, the owners of Red Ruby, your champion, 4-year-old and over Guyana and West Indian bred. Next, we will have category called Future Star Jockey. And what this is, racing fans, it's a Future Star Jockey. Somebody to look out for in 2025. The nominees are Daniel Chifoon, Zubir Mashoud, and Kishon Pereira. The envelope contains the winner. Let's call on Mr. Emmanuel Davidson. Mr. Emmanuel Davidson. He's going to reveal to us. Remember, this is for Future Star Jockey, somebody to look out for this season in 2025. Again, the nominees: Daniel Chifoon, Zubir Mashoud, and Kishon Pereira.
Kishon Pereira.
Kishon Pereira. Congratulations to the Future Star Jockey, Kishon Pereira, the winner of the Future Star Jockey Award. All right, and Mr. Davidson is presenting the award for Future Star Jockey to jockey Kishon Pereira. Kishon, congratulations.
Thanks.
Tell me about your training how it was going for you in 2024 and your expectations of that. Let's start with your training in 2024.
The training was good. Can't complain.
Tell me a little more than that. Like on mornings when you get up on the horses, what is your mindset? Do you have a particular plan? What is your secret?
Secret, be at the top all the time.
And what are the plans for 2025? You got just this award here, Future Star Jockey. We saw what you did on New Year's Day with Boss Selena. Are we expecting more performances like that in 2025?
Yeah.
All right, short and sweet. Congratulations.
Thanks.
A man of little words, but he shows it on the racetrack. Kishon Pereira, look out for him. Future Star Jockey. All right, so we move on now to the champion owner. All right, the champion owner. We'll wait for that. Let's go back to the jockeys and get this cleared up. Runner-up jockey for runner-up jockey for 2024. Now, as you know, we had that battle coming down to the wire last season, whereby there was an incentive for champion jockey, and it all ended at the Kennard Memorial Turf Club, where the champion was crowned. So let's give it up for the runner-up, Mr. Ronaldo Apadu, runner-up jockey in 2024. And we'll ask Mr. Javed Ali to come and do the presentation. Is Ronaldo here? Do we have a representative to receive the award for Mr. Apadu? Mr. Javed will ask you to come to do the presentation here. Again, runner-up jockey for 2024, Ronaldo Apadu. I'm sure Apadu is going to be coming out in guns blazing. Receiving the award on behalf of jockey Apadu is jockey Nicholas Patrick. Thank you. Thank you, Mr. Ali. All right, we're going to ask Mr. Ali to stick around for another presentation. Jockey Nicholas Patrick will ensure that Ronaldo Apadu gets the runner-up jockey. And ladies and gentlemen, the 2024 champion jockey, let's welcome Colin Baby Lou Ross. Champion jockey of 2024. He wrapped up that with a firing double at Kennard on Boxing Day to seal the deal. Here's Mr. Javed Ali presenting the Champion Jockey 2024 award to Mr. Colin Baby Lou Ross. Ross, how are you going? I just learned that Baby Lou name earlier. Before we get into the details, tell me, how do you come up about that name?
Since I was born growing up, my mother gave me the name and the name left for me. Grew up with it.
Well, it seems to be a very good woman. Tell me about your season in 2024. What would you say was your best win for 2024? Maybe a hard question.
It's a really hard question, but I had some real good wins. And for think back, I take a little time, but I had some real good win in 2024. It wasn't easy, but yeah, I had some real good win.
Do you have a particular track that you favor from the tracks that we circulate here in Guyana? Any particular track that you think, yeah, that is my vibe?
Yeah, Port Moran track.
So you get your best from Port Moran?
Yeah, Port Moran.
And you got off to a firing start at Rising Sun with a couple of wins on New Year's Day. What are we expecting in 2025 here?
Well, I'm trying to push myself to be, on top still and win a lot more race. And just hope for the best.
All right, well, congratulations and keep up the good work.
Yeah.
All right, Ross, wait, we have something else to give you. All right. Ladies and gentlemen, that's champion jockey, Colin Ross. We're going to call for Mr. Django. All right, so special presentation done to champion jockey Ross. This is the A. Mohammed Construction Company Limited.
A. Mohammed Construction Service.
A. Mohammed Construction Service doing the presentation to champion jockey Colin Ross as champion jockey 2024 as he's awarded that cash incentive. Congratulations, Ross. I've been informed that this year that incentive is going to rise. So for jockeys, beware. In 2025, you top the standings and you get a good payout at the bank at the end of the season. All right, so now we move on to the champion owner. And this champion owner here will be in the wins, champion owner wins category, and that goes to Jumbo Jet Racing Stables. Mr. Mango, we'd like to welcome you to do the presentation for the champion owner of 2024 in wins. Presentation done by Mr. Mango to Mr. Mohammed, representing the Jumbo Jet Racing Stables, champion owner in wins. And Mr. Mango will stick around because Mr. Mohammed is also going to receive the champion trainer of 2024, Mr. Nasruddin Mohammed Jr., the owner and trainer category. Outstanding performance again from the Jumbo Jet Racing Stables, sweeping the owner and trainer category. I feel like we've been here already, except I wasn't here.
Yeah. It's nice to be here again.
Tell me about the performance of the stable this last season. What was your standout performance?
Well, we had a good start last year, coming up to Guyana Cup, and then Javid came with a block there for us. But you know, it's all in the game. But we're coming again, right? We're back at the drawing table. I'm coming for Javid.
Yeah, that was my next question. So in 2025, definitely Jumbo Jet is going to be reinstalling again.
Working towards it, yes, definitely.
Congratulations. Ladies and gentlemen, champion owner and champion trainer of 2024, Jumbo Jet Racing Stables, and Mr. Nasruddin Mohammed Jr. Okay, we have reached the big award. We call on, this is for Horse of the Year. Oh, we have one more here. My apologies. Champion Breeder. Let's call on Mr. Turbo, Mr. Jagdeo, to present this award. The champion breeder, and of course, the heart of horse racing, as you heard from Dr. Waldron earlier, is the breeding industry. Without that, we don't have the product that we see on the racetrack. Champion breeder for 2024, Mr. Neil Machado, breeder of Country Rock and Ben Laden. Mr. Neil Machado, is there a representative for Mr. Machado? Black Boy. Who is Black Boy? All right, Black Boy. Sorry, I'm learning that dialect as well. All right, so here is Mr. Black Boy receiving the trophy on behalf of Mr. Neil Machado, who is the champion breeder of 2024, the breeder of Country Rock and Ben Laden. Mr. Black Boy, let's have a couple of words with you here. Congratulations. Tell me about these two horses, Country Rock and Ben Laden. Let's start with Country Rock.
Well, it's one owner breed the two horses, but it's two different stories. So, the breeders always breed good horses. Machado always breed good race horses.
And what do we have to expect in terms of the breeding for this particular stable in 2025?
Well, it's a lot of competition right now, so you can't really figure out who will be the best stable.
Is breeding
starting in Guyana?
Is breeding difficult last year as opposed to the starting of this year? What is the process of that?
Well, you get many start now, so you'll be a good competition well coming up.
So we're expecting more from this stable?
Yeah.
All right, well, congratulations and enjoy the victory. All right, so that's Black Boy receiving, on behalf of the champion breeder, Mr. Neil Machado, the breeder of Country Rock and Ben Laden. Dr. Waldron to present Horse of the Year 2024. I'm sure you all can't figure this one out at all. The nominees for Horse of the Year: Easy Time, Olympic Kremlin, and Spankhurst. Dr. Waldron has the envelope in hand. Envelope is ripping. Thumbs are twitching. Here we go. And the winner of the 2024 Horse of the Year,
Olympic Kremlin.
ladies and gentlemen, put your hands together for Olympic Kremlin and owner Slingers Racing Stables in a dominant year for this Brazilian sensation. Mr. Javed Ali receiving the plaque. Thank you, Dr. Waldron. Again, Horse of the Year 2024 Olympic Kremlin. Mr. Ali, shake your hand. Congratulations.
Yeah, thank you, thank you.
All right, so Guyana Cup, President's Cup, Showdown of Champions. Which one thrilled you the most?
The Guyana Cup, the most prestigious one. This is the one that mattered the most.
Tell me about Olympic Kremlin. How was acquiring him, and what was your thoughts of bringing him over here to Guyana before all of this dominance? Let's take it back in the earlier part in 2024. Give me the story.
Yeah, Olympic Kremlin, we went to check for a horse in Brazil. We were going to look for a horse. The guy invited us to the stable, checking our horse out, and we accidentally bumped up on Olympic Kremlin. We saw him, and then we asked about him. The guy said he might be for sale. After the race, we ended up got to meet the owner and everything, and the guy decided to sell. The guy said but the word he used was, he's giving us a gift. And exactly, it is a gift, you know? Because as horsemen, we know that we all get horses, but it's not so often you end up with a special horse like Olympic Kremlin.
In the Guyana Cup, you had 3 entries there. Was this the least likely one you think was going to win, or were you just keeping this one in your back pocket and know, well, we had him with this one?
When he came a couple of days before the race, like 3 days before the race, he had a little issue with the traveling and everything. Honestly, I didn't have him to win. I was hoping that John Bull could have pulled it off or come close. But normally when the race, when I would be behind, don't want to look at the race. But when they said coming, I thought it was John Bull. Till we look up, it was Olympic Kremlin. I didn't expect him to perform like that.
Well, you see, you've made a lot of enemies with your dominance in 2024. Tell me, what is the plans for the champion in 2025?
Well, 2025, we're taking it easy with him. We started Port Morant for the Easter race, and then from there, we're going to head into the Triple Crown, trying to compete for the Triple Crown for this year.
And you have anything in your back pocket coming up for 2025? Because, of course, when Kremlin comes down to his end and will probably retire off as a champion, you should have something to take his place. Any secrets you want to let the public know?
No, definitely. To be competitive, we always got something coming. So, because the other horses coming, the other owners, everybody competing. That's the good thing with it. The competition is there. You got Jeremy, you got Junior, Jinjo, everybody else who's competing in the race. So the competition is there. Definitely, we got something in the, in the breach.
All right. Well, congratulations and enjoy the victory.
Thank you. But before I go, you got to be thankful. Thank God for the blessing us with the horse like Olympic Kremlin. Coming into the horse racing from 2022 to now, it was a new sport. We got to say thank you to Junior for bringing us into the sport, convincing us to come in and giving us the support from him. It's been very, very tremendous. I think without the support of Junior, for me as an owner, as a stable, getting into the sport, it would have been tougher for me. And the friends that I've made in this sport, and must say thanks to the whole horse racing fraternity for the support. It was nothing more than love, just showing and the support from everybody, from Dr. Waldron. He's always there. Every time he passes his table, he would stop and check without me even asking and say everything good. You do this or do something like that. From Uncle Fazal, and most of all, from Mr. Bacchus and Sean Bacchus for allowing us to use his place, for always supported, every day, never an issue. Uncle Fazal, everybody from Jinjo, always, your call, you would answer, support. So you have to be thankful for that. Coming into the sport as a new owner into it, the support was tremendous. So I must say thank you to everybody, from the jockeys to the groom to Block Boy. Anybody you call out, they always been supportive. So I must be grateful and thankful for that.
All right, Mr. Ali.
Thank you.
Congratulations. Ladies and gentlemen, the 2024 Horse of the Year, Olympic Kremlin for the Slingers Racing Stables. Wow, that's going to be very exciting in 2025. As you heard, the owner says we're going to see the champion during the Easter Cup meet, and that will be at Portmore coming up in April. All right, racing fans and the horsemen watching, we've come to almost the end of our program here for the One Guyana Racing Thoroughbred Awards 2024. We want to thank all the awardees. Those of you, remember, it is a privilege to be nominated. Of course, in horse racing, there are winners and there are losers, and that's why racing continues. So if you had a bad day in the office one day, you could always come back and get it on another day. So congratulations to the awardees, the nominees, and the eventual winners. And we look forward to a very exciting 2025. A lot is expected. You heard from Mr. Ali of what he has in store. We also heard that at Jumbo Jet Racing Stables, they're also going to try to defend their title, their dominance, and their stronghold on the owner and trainer category. Mr. Shripal's stable is also on the uprise, and of course the Jack Deere Racing Stables as well. And for the young owners and trainers, Mr. Passad Stables, Mr. Wills, of course, Black Boy, and all others. We expect a lot in 2025 as racing moves forward. As you've seen in our 2025 calendar, that racing has increased for the year 2025. Our only challenge, of course, now is the sort of a weather pattern playing out. That's something we cannot control at the moment. But hopefully in 2025, we're going to have a much better year. The Triple Crown Series has been introduced in 2025. Seems to be a very exciting incentive. I can't wait. I'm really excited to see what's in store for that. And I believe that Guyana Cup 2025 also is going to be bigger. As Mr. Mohammed said, every year they try to outdo themselves with the Guyana Cup. I believe there's also a special race for the juveniles, the USA bred juveniles coming up in August, therefore the Guyana Cup Day. So something to look forward to here. So again, racing fans, we want to thank you, those of you watching, for being here this evening. We'll have some light refreshments for those of you sticking around here. And until next season, when we honor the 2025 awardees, we want to thank you here on behalf of the One Guyana Racing Thoroughbred Racing Committee. My name is John Rupert. Thank you and good evening. All right, we're asking for all the winners to just draw a line here for a group photo. All the winners this evening. Some light refreshments as we wrap up this photo up. Those of you interested in partaking, you can join them in the back. But the winners tonight, got a plaque. You can just form a line here as we're going to get a group photo. So we're asking for all the awardees to come here. Again, the cash incentive was presented by the sponsorship of A. Mohabir Construction. We'd like to thank A. Mohabir Construction,